Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching a Comic Hero show. Now kick that intro! Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. This month is Heart Health Awareness Month. Now, heart disease and the conditions that lead to it can happen at any age. High rates of obesity and high blood pressure happen among people from the ages of 35 to 64, and it puts them at risk for heart disease earlier in life. And nearly half of Americans have at least one of the three risk factors that cause heart disease, and that's high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and smoking. And I know a lot of folks that smoke, and look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, I'm only stating the facts. I mean, there's so much room for improvement in terms of the way we live our lives, and I think we all owe it to ourselves to do better. Alright, this is a Heart Health Awareness Comic Hero tee. In the sinus speech bubble, you have the sinus patterns and then also the hearts. And then right here you have the Heart Health Awareness ribbon, and then a Heart Health Awareness logo. And of course, all throughout the month, folks have been encouraged to wear red, and I'm doing my part. I mean, again, there's so much room for improvement. We can't just settle on the way that we really can't settle on the way we do anything, but we really can't settle on the way we live our lives. And again, we need to do better. Alright, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, on last week's episode, I asked true or false, Steele's real name is Dr. John Henry Irons. Well, the correct answer is true. And 13 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their names have been entered in the drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is Brian Auxier from Paintsville, Kentucky. So congratulations, Brian. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is a Marvel question. And because this is Black History Month, this is also a Black History question. Which black superhero is the first black superhero to debut in their own series? Alright, now here's some hints. The first hint is that this character was created by Roy Thomas, Archie Goodwin, and John Romita Sr. in 1972. Alright, here's the second hint. This character's famous catchphrase is, "Sweet Christmas!" And then the third and final hint, and this is the dead giveaway. This character has appeared on the Marvel Cinematic Universe on the small screen and has appeared in shows such as Marvel's Jessica Jones, his own series, and The Defenders, and was played by Mike Coulter. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Alright, now D'Angelo Ballou from Warren, Ohio has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features two demonic characters, one in indie publisher and one in Marvel. Representing Marvel, we have Ghost Rider. And representing Image, we have Spawn. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Ghost Rider versus Spawn. Ghost Rider possesses immense superhuman strength, stamina, agility, reflexes, endurance and durability, use of enchanted Hellfire Chain, motorcycle, cars and shotgun, invulnerability to heat, fire, lava, and flames, pyrokinesis, pin and stare, resurrection, mediumship, immortality, regeneration, and the ability to travel between interdimensional realms and along any surface. Spawn possesses superhuman strength, speed, agility, and endurance, immortality to an extent. His powers drain when used, and full drainage of powers results in a second death. Accelerated healing is a highly skilled tactician, martial artist, swordsman, marksman, athlete, and acrobat. Teleportation, shapeshifting, necroplasmic energy blast, resurrection, multiple demonic powers, energy and matter manipulation, telepathy, and time freeze. Who would win? Spawn, being the tactical expert, would scout Ghost Rider and fire a necroplasmic energy blast that would knock Ghost Rider off his motorcycle. Ghost Rider would then get back to a vertical base and swing his Hellfire chain at Spawn, but the latter would use his acrobatic skills to duck and dodge every swing. Spawn would then grab Ghost Rider's Hellfire chain, yank him towards him, and deliver a clothesline to Ghost Rider. Spawn then wraps it around Ghost Rider's torso and begins to squeeze the life out of him. In a last-ditch effort, Ghost Rider uses his pin and stare on Spawn. The latter suddenly relives his time in the military, causing him to go into a panic before entering a catatonic state. Ghost Rider wins. And that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Thank you, D'Angelo Blue, for that request. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll have another one for next week. Now it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, there's only one thing that I'm going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking, and that's the news that in Season 2 of Stargirl, she's going to recruit the Earth 2 Flash, played by John Wesley Shipp, to join the JSA. I mean, who else would she recruit? Because when you think of the Jay Garrick Flash, which is who John Wesley Shipp plays, by the way, I mean, when you think of that, the first thing you think of is the Justice Society. So, yeah, I think this is going to work. Now, my only concern is, how is she going to go about doing it? Because they live on two separate Earths. But I think it's going to be great. Because, you know, John Wesley Shipp, of course, played the Flash in the original TV series that was on CBS for one season in 1990, and then he appeared on the Flash again as Dr. Henry Allen, and then later as the Jay Garrick Flash from Earth 2, and I mean, this is exciting. You know, because in Season 1 of Stargirl, you know, after finding out that her father was the Star-Spangled Kid, you know, she went on ahead and continued his legacy, but at the same time also went on a recruitment drive for a brand new Justice Society. And I think the best is really yet to come. I mean, a lot of folks are sleeping on Stargirl, but they really shouldn't. I mean, it was some really good, really great episodes last season. And I'm anticipating more great episodes to come. So, yeah, awesome. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now, I can tell you that on next week's episode, I'm going to give a review on the very first episode of Superman and Lois. Now, it premiered this week, but I didn't get a chance to watch. I recorded it, and I'm going to watch it later, and I'll let y'all know what I think. All right, let's get to the comics I bought this week. Comic books I bought this week. Alright, first up is Batman Catwoman number 3. Captain America number 27. Champions number 4. Future State Catwoman number 2. Future State Immortal Wonder Woman number 2. Future State The Next Batman number 4. Future State Nightwing number 2. Future State Shazam number 2. Future State Superman Worlds of War number 2. Guardians of the Galaxy number 11. Iron Man number 6. King in Black number 3. King in Black number 4. Marauders number 18. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 23. Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Dark Knight's Metal. Thor number 12. And finally, and I'm so excited this is out, X-Men Legends number 1. Alright, that's 18, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 10,494. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode. Here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Which black superhero was the first to debut in his own monthly series? Now, here are the hints again. First hint is that this character was created by Archie Goodwin, Roy Thomas, and John Romita Sr. in 1972. The second hint, this character's famous catchphrase is "Sweet Christmas." The third hint, this character was played by Mike Coulter and has appeared on TV shows such as Jessica Jones, his own TV show, which is the character he plays, and then Marvel's The Defenders. And then here's another hint. This character's real name is Carl Lucas. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Brian Oxier from Paintsville, Kentucky, who won a free tee on this week's episode. Alright, here's the road ahead for the show. Now, next week, the first episode of March, I'm going to raise awareness of kidney cancer. On episode 348, I'm going to raise awareness of colon cancer. On episode 349, I'm going to raise awareness of cerebral palsy. On the 350th episode, I'm going to raise awareness of brain cancer. And then on episode 351, I'm going to raise awareness of multiple sclerosis, or MS. I really love doing this, raising awareness of certain causes when opportunities present themselves. Because, just like I said when I did a Zoom symposium earlier, I'm going to get to that in a minute. The Zoom meeting, by the way. The only way we're going to get through this thing called life is with love. And, by the way, this past weekend, Julie Salter from Louisiana Delta Community College had asked if I would do a symposium on Zoom on Black history and comics. And it was, and I did it earlier today, and I really had a lot of fun. There were some familiar faces that that tuned in, and then there were some brand new faces that watched. And I want to thank each and every one of y'all, and I especially want to thank Julie for inviting me to do this. I'm quite sure there was a lot of. It was very insightful, and hopefully, when this pandemic ends, I want to do a symposium face to face with on the campus. And that's pretty much it. Now, again, we have to do better, in terms of health, in terms of just about anything we do, but especially health, because I want to live a much more healthier life, because I want to get married and have kids, and just other things. Don't settle on how you're living your life. Tend to get better. The only way that we do better. We do better when we live better when we do better. I'll say that much. All right, I'm Victor Nunley on a Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 347. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero.